Stephen Harvey, Steve Harvey, the man who said the wrong name at some event. So,
He sure did.
Stephen Harvey said, men cannot be friends with women. Men cannot. He doesn't have any female friends because men, 99.9% of men, are just waiting for the moment for that friend gate, that friend, what's it called? The friend zone for them to penetrate the friend zone.
I don't like that word. Okay.
I think that's what he used.
I don't penetrate.
Know. Well, he said slide into that crack.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
I think I like penetrate better.
Yeah, I think penetrate kind of works a little bit better. Because when he said slide into that crack, I was like, damn, boy, relax. Yeah, so this is actually from a couple of years ago, but he started his TikTok account, and I believe that this is like one of the videos he posted. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he wanted to go viral.
Yeah, I think so. So, what is your take on that? I want to go straight to Chris.
I think it's cool. You have friends that are girls.
Are you trying to get into the crack?
No, I don't. That sounds weird to me. I don't like that. No.
Wait. What sounds weird?
Slide into the crack. I don't slide into nobody's crack.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Let's remove that.
Okay.
Let's just say, like, if at some point in time, like, you know, there's a moment, and a slip up could happen between you and a friend. You matter of fact, let's actually take it 5 steps back.
Okay.
You ever look at a friend and a friend that you're attracted to, and not saying like you think like, oh my gosh, they're so fine, but like when you look at them, you're like, oh, that's a pretty person, right? Or like I could be attracted to this person. That you ever been like, I knock that down?
No.
You never done that. You're not a guy.
Yeah, sure.
This is multiple genders on the internet.
Wow, what'd you think about it?
Man, all inclusive.
So, okay, I have quite a few female friends. I have quite a few female friends. Have I ever messed that up? Yeah.
Really?
But not very often. Like one time.
But like severely messed it up, or you just
like
really...
we're not friends at all.
Oh, okay.
But it's not that I messed it up per se. It was more that I was not clear about my intentions because I did not know all the way through how that person felt about me. So I thought it was just kind of like a just casual thing. And then it was like, you're going to be my boyfriend now. And I was like, is that right?
That's important to clear up before.
I boy, didn't know. That's your friend.
Say it again?
I'm a boy that's your friend. You didn't put enough of a gap between those words when you said it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. So when I was just like, that's not going to happen, then the friendship just kind of dissipated.
Well, yeah.
And then I learned my lesson there where I was just like, you know what? Like, I don't think I should do that.
It's
I don't think guys.
But there have been times where I've like wanted to, but then I always catch myself and I'm like, I remember what happened to that one girl.
It's too complicated.
I'm good.
So I think it depends on what level, because like friends is like a spectrum, right? I don't think a guy and a girl could be talking every single day.
That's fair.
Like if you're talking to a girl as a guy for like hours at a time, regularly throughout the week, whatever it is, and you guys are that's not a friendship. Like you guys are gonna turn into something. Like can it be like casual, like we see each other, or like there's like some kind of other reason why we're seeing each other all the time? Maybe it's work, maybe it's like we're roommates, maybe it's like something like that. I think maybe because we're forced into a situation, but if it's by like choice and we're like spending this much time together, we're speaking for hours on the phone, like it just like a level of attraction or like comfort or something will happen. And when maybe alcohol gets involved or like
Yep.
something gets sparked, like it could turn into something. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. There's never been a situation where I've been really close with a girl that it hasn't gone somewhere other than just like plutonic friends.
Now that made me think about something. So I became friends with a lady who is married, and we became like real tight really quickly about a year ago. And it did make me feel a little bit uncomfortable because we talked about everything, like sent each other memes and like texting and all this kind of stuff. But I never was like trying to push up or because I know your husband, you know what I'm saying? Right. And he's a cool guy. And at one point in time, I thought like maybe he feels a certain kind of way, but they are like secure in their marriage to, you know, where that wasn't a big deal. But there was one incident that happened where there was an earthquake at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And then she had texted me and was like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" Like,
That's
wow.
crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
That's how you knew she was in love.
No. But it made me.
How'd
like,
you guys become friends?
just kind of met? We just met.
That
And
doesn't happen. Where did you meet?
We
Well, with
literally
Kelby, no, that
just
happens.
met. Like we just met out and about.
100% that happens with Kelby.
You went to her and was like, "Hey, let's chop it up."
No,
or-
so what happened was we talked about like conspiracy theories, and then we
at
just
what setting? Like
where?
you guys were at what, like an ice cream shop?
No,
like this was
we
at
were
like,
just like out, like in West Hollywood. I was out with my friend, and then we just met, and we were just started talking about conspiracy theories. And then she was like, "Oh, let me send you some." And
like
then
you
it
just tap on a girl's shoulder and be like,
no,
hey.
no, we just like met. Like
You
it just
have
was like
to be there to believe it, but it happens
It happens-
1,000%.
Yeah.
Kelby will, and I would just be walking, and some dude would be like, "Hey, man, I like your shoes. Let me get your number." "Oh, that's cool, man. Let's talk about shoes."
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's immediately.
that's
Some guy would
legitimately
be
my
asking
life.
for your number.
Say
It
again?
was
yeah,
Jason-
the guys, girl. It doesn't matter. Like
Interesting.
Jason Barkley.
Jason Barkley. So, for example,
He was
like
catering, I think.
I met Jason at a mansion party, a Playboy mansion party.
Who's Jason Barkley?
He's
Good
a
friend of
guy
ours.
who was like in one of us, a couple of my projects, and now he's like a part of our friend group.
Yeah.
Like he's a part of my friend group. But I was working at the Playboy Mansion, or it was like a Playboy Mansion party, and I just saw him, and he saw me, and I was like, "Hey, where you from?" And he was like, "From New York."
Yeah. It's,
You know, and
That's how he
then
talks.
like he was like, "Let me get your number." Like we just started talking, and then boom,
the
we're friends.
next day, he showed up to one of our shoots.
Yeah, like I just attract people.
It's the weirdest thing, but Kelby just like hangs out with everybody.
Yes. So
Okay, so she texts you about the earthquake.
yeah, so it made me feel like, oh my gosh, is this like the wrong time? It's early. It's like 4 in the morning.
Well,
You know,
I mean, I guess.
That's demon hours.
you know. So I was a little bit worried about it, but when I hung out with their family, it was just like
Yeah,
you know
I was
what I'm
gonna
saying?
say like you can text anybody about the earthquake.
But here's the
Yeah,
thing: you keep playing this like you're worried about the other person. We talking about your own feelings and emotions.
Well, it's understandable. It's understandable what you're saying, you know, but I think that you do have to think about that. One of the reasons why some people may feel like men and women cannot be friends is because a woman could potentially be in a relationship with another person. And could you be friends with somebody who's in a relationship?
Well, it's also you could catch feelings for each other.
Exactly. You could.
You could catch feelings. Now, if you're doing it like Sunil says, texting them every day, and then you only hang out with them, and it's like every day you're hanging out, going to dinner, and doing all that stuff. Okay, for sure. Like, then there's a chance it might not stay friends. There's a chance it could, but there's
There's a chance that he could.
There's a
I don't
chance
think there's
it might not
0% chance that it
really.
could. Because you gotta understand, like, talking to somebody on a regular basis, even if it's like same like a guy with a guy that talks to like us, that we talk with each other at all times, it's a choice that we're making. There's like a different level of connection versus just somebody we're talking to like every once a month or whatever the case may be. So and then when you bring in like the alternate, you know, sex or somebody you're attracted to, like I'm assuming, you know, I don't know, but I'm assuming like even guys that are gay, like maybe it's the same type of thing because of the attraction level. But like when you're spending that much time talking to somebody, when you're spending that much time hanging around somebody, like it's not normal Like you're doing that because there's a different type of connection
It's a conscious
versus
decision.
versus just like just acquaintance type stuff.
Well, what's the difference between, like, does this only apply to people that you are attracted to? Because
That you
what if,
possibility of like, so for example, like I'm not gay, so like I could hang out with the dude and all this kind of stuff. I'm never gonna get attracted to that dude, but I
But
would
you feel
assume that if
connected
I
to that
could be
person.
attracted to that dude, it would be the similar type of situation.
so you're saying
Which is
men
why-
men and women can only be friends if they're not attracted to each other?
No, even if there isn't an initial attraction, like it will become
It could
something because
develop.
the attraction becomes emotional and different from just the physical attraction.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's a possibility, but I don't think it's 100%.
I think it's 100%. I'm with Steve Harvey on this. That like men and women can't be like friend. When I'm saying friends, I'm saying the person that you're talking to every single multiple times. Like this, you're like on the phone
But that's
for
the
hours.
extreme.
And
That's
stuff
the
like that.
extreme, though.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
but
think of your
just
friend.
acquaintances.
No, just think of like a good friend of yours.
But that's what I'm saying. What defines a good friend?
Okay, but consider it for you. Like for you, you text me like memes and
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that. But we're not like all day long, right?
Right.
Just bring it down to that level instead of like, oh, you're talking nonstop all day long. Like the average friend is not talking nonstop all day long.
Okay.
Okay, so just bring it back down to that level, and could that be a healthy thing?
Yeah. But I don't think he was saying that it was unhealthy. He was saying that at one point, if circumstances allowed, like it could turn into something. Like say for example, let's say the most famous entanglement of the summer was what?
August and Elsie.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did that start?
I don't think it started as friends.
Well, supposedly the story is that they were just all friends, right? Will Smith knew, like everybody was hanging out, all this kind of stuff. They were like counseling him through circumstance situations. Like it started out as like nothing romantic. It was just like a friend. They even said around that round table, like this is a friend of ours, so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
but he was like a wounded pigeon.
Okay, but nonetheless, it was a friendship that led into something that turned obviously sexual, right?
But that could've
because
been
the
like,
moment that there was an opening, there was an issue between Jada and Will. Who did she run to? The person that she's emotionally entangled with. That was the most convenient.
Yes, okay. That's where I think I would have to stop you. You said most convenient. That means that Jada probably has a bunch of other male friends.
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know that.
What I'm saying is I have been friends with women who have been in and or out of relationships for a very long time. And even if there have been some where I'm like, oh, maybe I'm attracted to you, I also say, I'm probably not going to do anything about this because it's not the right thing to do.
But you're not somebody that makes moves on a regular in the first place.
Okay.
So I think that's different. Like you're not the random hookup type person, anyways.
Okay. But still, like, I'm not the only one.
Right. But I think what Steve was talking about was like, I mean, I think from what he was saying is like people that are like that. That
Okay,
that
yeah.
is-
I mean, if you have a problem, it's like saying, if you have a drinking problem, stay away from drinking. It's the same thing.
But I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Like for me, if I'm like every girl that has been like we've talked and we got to a place where we're talking all the time, like we consider ourselves friends, we're hanging out, watching movies, like it starts out like not, hey, let's, I'm interested in you, you're interested in me. It starts off on some kind of like innocent thing.
buddies.
It grows into something deeper because you're spending that much time with somebody from the opposite sex, and it ends up being like, oh, this is somebody I could kick it with. Somebody like the comfort level turns into something that makes it into something more than just friends.
I think that applies to specific people. I think
So you're saying I got a problem?
you could.
I think I'm normal.
You could. Like, you don't see. Here's the thing. If you cannot be friends with a woman at all, that kind of means you don't see them as a person.
See, and that's what I disagree with.
You see them as a sexual object.
Nah, I'm not saying that I can't be friends. I'm saying it's a choice for both people to get into that situation, right? It's not like I'm just...
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So if I haven't had a friend that was a girl, that means every girl that I've had that is a friend and like ended up doing the same thing with me. So how does that make... How is that just a one-sided issue?
Well, maybe they have problems too.
Maybe
They could.
They see you as a sexual object.
I don't think so. I don't think that it
Do the
has
face.
anything to do with seeing somebody as a sexual object.
Well, how's it possible that I have had
Maybe girls aren't attracted
many
to
friends? They could also not be attracted to me.
you. Maybe you have a problem of not being a sexual.
That's not a problem. That's a great thing.
I don't know. From my experience,
So you agree with Steve?
I do, because like I don't really know too many. Actually, to be honest, you're probably one of my good friends that actually has a lot of female friends.
Yeah, I have a ton of female friends. A lot.
But most of my guy friends, nah.
Why you want to hang around a bunch of other dudes?
Why I don't? What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't hang around a bunch of other dudes. I'm saying my good friends that are dudes.
Uh-huh.
They don't have a lot of girlfriends.
I think it's beneficial to hang around ladies, like if possible, because they have a different perspective on life. They could keep you like locked in on certain things. I know there are dumb things that I would have done if it weren't for my female friends being like, oh no, you're getting set up, or like, don't do that, or don't leave the house looking like that, or something like that. Like, there's a lot of benefits to having female friends, and you just got to keep yourself at bay, because ultimately, if you value their friendship just like you value a guy's friendship, then you're gonna want to keep that around.
But you saying you got to keep yourself at bay is proving the point.
No, I mean that's if it got into that territory.
Yeah,
because
but
some of my
whether
female
you-
friends are very beautiful.
Yeah, but the thing is that attraction is going to happen. I don't think, like, obviously you can have the willpower to not do it, but I think what Steve was saying, at least what my interpretation was, is that eventually it'll get to a place where that can happen. Now, whether you choose to act upon it or choose not to act upon it, that's a different story. But I'm saying, like, the fact that you said you have to keep yourself at bay means that that's what he's talking about, is that eventually it'll get to a place where it'll get romantic or feelings will be involved.
I don't know. That's only if it applies there, and you can't choose who you're going to be romantically interested in. Like, if you become romantically interested in one of your female friends, then it's on you to make that choice that, okay, yes, I'm going to go for that, or I am not. But that doesn't mean that automatically now all of my female friends, I'm attracted to them.
Yeah, but that, once again, like I said, it depends on the level. So maybe the level of what I consider, because I have girls that I guess are around that I can talk to and all that kind of stuff, but I don't necessarily consider them like really good friends. I consider them friends, like peripheral. But I'm talking about people that are good friends that you invest conversations with, that I go to things. Like, I don't have any girlfriends like that. Only people that are like either girls that I'm like talking to at the time, or maybe like people that I've dated in the past that are now like we're just
Amigos.
Friends, stuff like that. But like,
I don't know, man.
Because
I think you're missing out on some stuff.
but I don't think I am, because I still have that ability to seek out advice from girls and still have like female presence around me. It's just like, I think we're talking about two separate things. Like, I don't know if you're talking about like deep friendships.
Yeah.
You're just talking about girls that are friends.
No, I'm talking about deep friendships. Like, Bree is like my really, really, really close friend.
I was just gonna bring that up.
That I've known for 12 years.
But didn't you? I don't know if we're supposed to talk about this on camera.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
So like when we talked about that situation, you were like, you had to think about it, and you're like, nah, I'm not gonna go through with it.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the relationship, we're trying to find out like, what is this relationship, which I think you don't have to necessarily do with your male friends. Like, you just, hey, that's my buddy. There's no attraction here, but you have to make that choice with your female friends to find out like, well, what is this? Is she coming around, hanging out, just, You know, like what do you want? What do I want? Once we make that decision and we just say, oh, we're friends, and that's it, then that's what we are.
Yeah, but that's the choice. You guys made that choice.
Yeah, but you make that choice with your male friends as well. You don't have to be friends with your male friends.
No, but what I'm saying is initially there was a chance that it could have gone a different way. You decided not for it to go that way. That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, I don't think either one of us were really all that attracted to each other. It was never like, oh no, like, what are we going to do? No, it was just like, oh, got you. Okay, cool. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're saying the same thing. But you're just like, you're just
to me,
saying,
it's just got to be a case by case basis.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you're
but
just
like,
saying you decide not to, but you're not saying I've never like.
I think,
but just because you decide not to doesn't mean that you should not be friends with them.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be friends. What Steve is saying is that he doesn't have girlfriends because he doesn't want it ever to get to a point where he has to make that decision.
Yeah, but Steve Harvey is also on his 4th marriage and has a problem being faithful.
Okay.
Have you ever considered that?
Yeah, but I'm saying it from you could have guys and girls could be friends, but it will genuinely always get to a point where you either have to do what you're talking about, make the choice that like, hey, we're not going to take it past friendship, or you do take it past friendship.
Well, I think that I don't actually think we're on the exact same page. I think that you're caught up more on the choice part. Like you guys choose to surpass the option to be in a relationship or to like each other, which to me is not a big deal. If you choose that, then you choose that, and then you move on.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying that a choice has to be made. It's
okay, well, we're going to get you on Friendship Bumble. Sorry, JessSpring.com.
That's not what it's called.
Whatever it's called. Sorry. But we're going to get to Neil 10 female friends.
But the reason why I say it is I think a lot of the same things that causes people to be like invest time in each other are the same things. Like there's a very thin line between a girlfriend and just a friend, right? As the same things that cause me to want to spend time with this girl as a friend are probably a lot of overlap over the same things that cause me to want to spend time with the girl that I'm like in a relationship with. It's all the same, like, maybe like similar sense of humor, like comfort level around each other.
Let me ask you this. Does that change if the woman is a lesbian? Like, she's like pressing up on you to play basketball and stuff?
I don't know. I haven't been exposed to that.
I see. I have quite a few lesbian friends, and I also see them as like the homies too. I don't know. I maybe I'm different, but to me, like if I don't really classify my friends as like, oh, it's a woman or it's a man. The only time is like those few times where they're married, and I don't want to like do the wrong thing. I don't want to like text you at the wrong time. Like my friend Stephanie, I remember one time we met at work. And I texted her about something at like 9 p.m. And then this guy that was working with us, he was like, you texted a married woman at 9 p.m.? But in my mind, I was just like, that's just a homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it made sense. Like I remembered that because I was like, oh, you're right. Like I don't want it to be seen as anything, other than that. But then, she knows what we are and her husband knows what we are. So she was just like, man, like whatever, like,
yeah.
So that's when I was just like, I just have to be clear every single time at the beginning to say like, I am not a threat. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. And once you got that, then it's good to go.
And I think, in reflection of the moment, saying, because you said I have a problem, maybe I do. Maybe because I think you have a lot more friends than I have friends. Like I don't have a big circle like you do. Of like multiple people that I just link up with all the time. Like I just have like a very few amount of people. So usually that's probably a correlation as well.
That could be that, but I'm also in my early 20s, so I have a lot of friends.
When did this become the men who lie on the internet?
How long have you been in your early 20s for? I'm pretty sure I met you when you were in your early 20s.
Men on the Internet podcast. Find us on every podcasting app every Tuesday. Full episodes on YouTube every Thursday. and clips on YouTube throughout the week.